asked the milkman to fill the tub with milk. The milkman said, "You want that milk pasteurized?" And the blonde replied, "No, just up to my boobs. I can splash it in my eyes."
All right, we back again. Another week, another time I'm doing this Dandadan review. Spoilers, off rip. Let's get that over with. This time I'm prepared. I already done made the thumbnail for the video. I should do that more often. I'll do the whole video at once on that app, InShot, and then I'll do like the thumbnail, and I'll be trying to download the picture of like the chapter sometimes, and then sometimes it'll come up. Other times it won't download, and I'm just like, and yes, I do this all on my phone because I'm a jackass. It would be a lot easier if I did it on my computer, probably. I don't know, for videos like this, it's iffy, but yeah. All in all, I said spoilers already. All in all, this was a 10 out of 10 chapter if we giving it a rating. This is the one chapter that I give a rating. I'm like, bruh, this is the slice of life shit I wanted. Just get us away from this main plot for a second, and don't have us worried about what Saint Germain got going on, whatever fuckery he up to, and his little, creepy cast of characters like, the smoke demon and fucking Kerr lady. And we ain't seen Daiki and Zuma again, so I guess they just dead at this point. Like I bring it up, like, and I brought it up in a couple videos, but I bring it up on Reddit all the time. Like, them niggas is dead, or they probably kidnapped. But I'm like, they giving them niggas the fits right now. There's other people that haven't shown back up. Like, there was it another teacher? Her name was like Adachi or something. Murakami was like, he got caught, so it's like I don't know where he would be right now. That's what Aninra get. I'm calling him Smoke Demon, but his name's Aninra. We don't know the Kerr lady's name yet. His name we know. So yeah, that's what he get for choosing them creepy cast of characters that he was choosing, on top of the creepy cast that Saint Germain chose, which is him and the Kerr lady, and probably a couple other people too. Anyway, we see Okarun. We cut back to the chapter. Like, we go from where we left off. He's carrying her on his back. They make it to her house pretty easy. Okarun like, yeah, bitch, I'm strong now. I can carry you easy. And he did. He had injuries and shit. I was just like, damn. People talking about when they took off his shirt and the nigga was ripped. I was just like, what y'all expect? The nigga been fighting like pretty regularly for like 6 months. Yeah, that happens. That happens when you have to go through that. He's been training outside of fighting, so it's like, okay. And then this little training he's been doing right now, that helps a little bit too. So it's like, okay. Because I remember at the beginning, this nigga was skinny as shit, and people was shitting on him. But now this nigga look like a fucking demon out here. He about to be on all. He about to run through some villains in a minute. That's the reason I'm like, y'all think he just gonna get kidnapped real easy by Saint Germain? Saint Germain like, nah, I can't fuck with that nigga, because yeah, he might not have his powers anymore, but this nigga might snap my neck if I fuck with him wrong. I don't think. Let me just say this. I don't think Saint Germain's scared of either of them or any of them. He's like, I'm aware that this is gonna be a problem if they able to, awaken some shit. And like, if he like, because let's say Okarun masters the Ogre Club, that's a problem for Saint Germain. He can't. I don't think that's an ability he can just steal that easy. And Okarun's probably, and by the time he tries to steal it, Okarun might know who he is for real. So it's like, it gets. Same thing with Momo. Momo already don't trust him, so it's like I'm behind the 8 ball already. But anyway, yeah, he was carried her back to her house. He was about to leave and just dip and go back to wherever the fuck he lived. And Momo was like, nah, you gotta stay. I gotta take care of them injuries. Which was kind of an excuse. She was worried about him, true enough, but she wanted him to stay. She didn't want him to leave. That was just a great excuse that she had. And, she take him into the house. She bandaging him. She bandaging him up, and she's like yelling while she's putting bandaging him up and wrapping his wounds and stuff. Cause she's like, nah, this shit look like it hurt. I'm yelling for you. Cause Okarun all nonchalant about it. He like, bro, I done been through worse. I remember when Acro Silky, I was about to say the whole name, Acrobatic Silky, when she deep throat this nigga in Aura and Momo, and I know that sound weird. She deep throated this nigga and Momo and Ira too. I think I said Aura. If I said Aura, my bad. She what's it called? She ain't even need no help or nothing. She ain't need no beverage after that shit. She took them dry to the throat. You know, it was like, damn, she coked them niggas up. Excuse me. I got off track. Yeah, so his body has been through, like, you know, they all done been through the war. They know they bodies done been fucked up, so they know how to, like, you know, power through shit at this point. It's just impressive to me that he was acting like it didn't even matter, and this nigga has no powers at all that we know of right now. I'm of the camp that I think he still has some spiritual ability, because if you remember what Turbo Granny said, she said she coated his nuts in a layer of her spiritual energy. So I don't think that would just go away. He got his nuts back. She left, but he still has something going on, and we don't know exactly why Turbo Granny even. We know she was just fucking with him. That's why she possessed him. She just wanted to fuck with somebody, but she might know a little bit more about what's going on with him than she lets on. You know, she probably knew she was leaving, so she didn't want to leave him with nothing. You feel me? I don't think she pre-planned all of this shit, but she knew when she left, he would still be all right. Because we know Turbo Granny cares more than she lets on. But so yeah, they're in the house. Like I said, she's bandaging him up. Vamola comes in and is like, "Hey, Takakura, you want to stay for dinner?" And it's just nice to see Vamola again for a little bit of an extended period. And so he says no at first. He said, "Ain't no need for y'all to cook for me and shit." And then Momo was like, "No, your ass staying." And so he just decided to stay. You know, shenanigans happen. Like when they eating, him and Momo catch each other staring at, like they catch each other, but like both staring at the other person. I don't know if I explained that properly. They're staring at each other basically, and they both get caught. That's what I should have said from like the jump. And you know, it's just a little cute moment, and they both call each other out on it. And then what else happened? And Vamola just making comments off to the side. She like, you two get along pretty well. And Momo's like, as if, nah, I don't fuck with him, but she do, obviously. And he was like, you the one told me to stare at you without looking away. And she was like, you ain't got to stare right now. He's like, then when am I supposed to stare? What exactly is a good time to stare? And then it cuts to the next scene, and they cleaning the dishes and stuff. And Momo's asking Okarun some of the details about what just happened. As you would, she was like, "Who the fuck were them niggas in the suits?" And he was like, "They the Sapoans." And she was like, "What do they want from us?" And then he was like, he's like, when they come here, they usually want to steal our powers. And he says that he was like, she's like, so that's all they wanted to steal. He's like, well, they steal genitals too. Those niggas specifically want to steal our powers and our genitals. He was like, he just gave it to her straight. She was like, ugh. And then she asked him, she was like, so how many types of aliens are? He was like, okay. He was like, I don't know exactly what that alien we just battled was. I've never seen that one before. And she was like, how many species of aliens are there? How many aliens are really out there? And he was like, I don't know for sure. Then he quoted like this book. He was like, according to this book, there's like 82 species of aliens that we know that the book like lists out. She was like, whoa. And Momo, the first question she asked is one of the first questions she asked when she was learning about aliens the first time. She was like, what kind of underwear do they wear? And Okarun was like, I don't know. She was like, do they wear underwear? And he was like, I don't know. Bitch, you gotta investigate that on your own time. And it's just cool to know that Momo is the same person 100% if we didn't know it before. But in the next moment, what happens next? She teasing Okarun first. He tells her, "Hey, make sure from now on you stick close to someone, because they're gonna be after our powers more now." And he explains to her like, "Yeah, we have." He's like, "Curse powers." He was like, "They're after like our." He doesn't say yokai powers, but he says curse powers. And he was like, what's it called? I don't have mine anymore, so it's weird that they were still coming after me. But he said anymore, so that's obviously hitting that Turbo Granny is probably gonna have to explain a little bit to Momo, like about what's going on too. She probably gonna get the scoop from Seiko though, you know. I might as well just say it now. Neither of them popped up in this chapter. It was basically an Okarun and Momo, Vamola, a little bit of Vamola sprinkled in, but it was basically an Okarun and Momo chapter. And what happened after that? He was like, so stick close to somebody. He was like, mainly try to stick close to people with powers, especially Gigi and Miss Shiratori. And so Momo tries to like slide in a joke. She was like, you and Miss Shiratori been getting y'all been doing some hanky panky, huh? And Okarun stopped that shit dead. He was like, nah. He was like, don't even trip like that. He was like, don't even play like that. He was like, why would you say that? He was literally pissed off with her. I was like, damn. And nigga shut that shit down immediately. Made it awkward. She was like, oh, she said, oh, I'm sorry. Because she realized she was in the wrong. She was like, hey. She was like, I thought that was the vibe. She was like, I just wanted to joke about it. He was like, nah, because I know how you feel about it. So don't even joke like that. And then he started staring at her. I thought he was just mad at her at first, but then he started staring at her. And I was like, what is he doing? And then he stared at her for a while, and then she just looks away, like she starts feeling awkward. And then she looks away, and he's like, oh, I won. And then it flashes you back to the part where it was before Momo lost her memories. It was one of the chapters. They was walking with each other, and she was like, look me in the eye for 10 seconds straight. And if you don't, whoever loses, the loser gets a punishment. And I was like, that's a nice little, that's a nice little reference to that. Cause she did, and then like he said, I won, and then she was like, who says that's the rule? He was like, you said it. And then she was like, I never said that. And then Vamola was like, I can confirm. He said you did say that. He was like, cause Okarun was looking for backup. He was like, Vamola, help me out. And then Vamola was like, yep, you did say that. I was like, yeah, Vamola got his back. Cause Vamola just off to the side the whole time. Cause she don't even know what Okarun really won. Because he like yelling like he won something. She was like, congratulations, Takakura, what did you win? And then basically he wants Momo to go out on a date with him. That's what he asked her for. And then Momola's like, what's a date? And then Momo's like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't remember that rule. And then Okarun was like, so he was, what was the rule? What did he say? He said, so if you axe kick somebody and then you don't remember their name later or remember who they are later, does that mean it didn't happen? Or he's like, no, he was like, if you're half asleep and you axe kick somebody and then you wake up and you don't remember it, does that mean it didn't happen? And I was like, damn, nigga stumped me. I was like, he right though. I was like, that's a stupid thing to bring up, but he right. And then he was like, oh, so I see you just a person who don't live up to your word. And then this is the part where I remember Okarun is a god tier rage baiter when he wants to be. Because from the first chapter, he was rage baiting everybody. Like he can do it. Even when him and Gigi was having their little scuffle, when they was arguing over who Momo would like better, or who liked Momo more, or who was gonna end up with her. He was rage baiting the shit out of Gigi. Gigi was like, no more words, nigga. I'm gonna get you in a chokehold. You can't do shit if I get you. He's like, I'm stronger than you at least. And when he was first talking to Momo, like he just know how they rage bait people. When he was talking to Evil Eye, it was just like, bruh, that's a skill, nigga. Keep that for the rest of your life. Cause use it when necessary. Use your powers for good, though. Don't use it for evil. Anyway, I'm talking way too long. I'm rambling a lot. That happens. what happens next? So Momo's like, all right, since you want to do that, how about we do another staring contest, and whoever looks away first, like, has to give the punishment. Okarun was like, he was like, all right, since I already won once, that means it'll be 2 times. You owe me 2 things. And then, what's it called? And she was like, you petty bastard. And then they start the staring contest, and both of them hanging in there. And then Momo was like, it looks like you two are about to kiss. And then Momo looks away immediately, and Okarun's like, I won. He up there celebrating, and Momo up there like a ref. She was like, Takakura wins. And then what does Momo was like? At one point, Momo said, I don't even remember her. She was like, why am I supposed to believe Momola when she says that I said that before? She was like, I don't even know her. And I was like, that is true. In her mind, she don't know who that is like that. She trusts her, but it's like, I can't actively recall who she is. So why would I take her word to heart like that? I'm like, but you getting worked up over the words of somebody you apparently think you don't know, but I'm like, you clearly know them. So it's like two things playing against each other, but at the end, Okarun wins the second one too. Because for Mola, she gave him a little assist. And so Momo was like, Momo, that wasn't funny. I was in the middle of a staring contest. So he asked her on a date. She didn't say 100% yes, but she didn't say no. So it's like they're probably going on a date. If not next week's chapter, the week after that chapter, they'll go on a date. I have a feeling that next week chapter we gonna cut back eventually to Turbo Granny and Seiko, or we're gonna see what's going on with the rest of the gang. You know, and possibly Daiki and Zuma pull up. I think it'd be funny as fuck to me if Daiki and Zuma just at home and they like, oh yeah, we didn't want to stress y'all out no more. We got what we needed, so we didn't want to come bother y'all anymore. I'll be like, oh, well, nice to know y'all niggas alive. But we know Zuma is gonna be a bigger part of this because it's like we saw Officer Vega, like he the one that saved Adachi, the teacher that time, the female teacher. He the one that saved her. So it's like we know he's gonna pop up again. So where they go with that, I don't know. But it was a nice little chapter because it was a funny ass chapter. There's like a lot going on here. My bad for that part where I couldn't like. I might be about to be 29, but I'm still childish as hell, nigga. Like that shit cracked me up. Him like just if somebody off to the side would have said Acro Silky had gulped them niggas down like dry throat. It's like she really just gulped all three of them niggas down. I know her backstory sad. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's a funny visual of somebody saying that off to the side. Anyway, bye. That's my shit. That's my way. Do it like that and I'll repay you. Don't be scared. I ain't afraid. Just like that. Come my way. That's my shit.